Greetings, Earthlings. Good evening. You're now in tune to the Powaful Impak Podcast, bringing you live and direct artists, authors, personalities, creatives, activists, socialists, etc., politics, no tricks, straight up no chaser. This is how we're going to do it. Keep it permanent, no eraser. Blazer, blazer. Here we go. We got a special person in the house tonight, Krumbsnatcha, the mighty Krumbsnatcha.
How you doing, people?
And co-host with the most, Marquise, bringing the peace, love, and unity to the masses.
It's like a soul train, man. What up, Nev? What's going on, Krumbsnatcha? How you doing?
Peace, brother. How you doing, Marquise?
Hey, Nev, man. Thanks for the invite to the platform. SP as well. SP is actually the one that invited me to the platform to actually meet Krumbsnatcha. So Krumbsnatcha, I'm gonna be, like I said, off camera. I'm gonna be kissing SP's toes for a couple days, man. This is Never Show, Never. Let's go, man.
My pleasure to be here, man. Thank you for having me, man. Thank you.
And Marquise, let them know what's the name of your podcast and where you're coming from with us here.
I thought I was gonna do that at the end, but I'm the THHC podcast on YouTube. Comes on Fridays live at 8 p.m. Man, I review music. Old school, new school, all types of underground hip hop, but it's really called the Hip Hop Connoisseur Podcast. But it's the THHC podcast. So, thanks a lot. Thanks for the
I've been a fan of Marquise's podcast from like day one and his reviews. So I've been following him. So I'm sorry that it wasn't me that gave you the invite. But trust me, blame it on the mind, not the heart. All right. Now we got live and direct Krumbsnatcha, aka we're gonna get into the other parts and all of that good stuff, man.
Yes. Bro.
So Krumbsnatcha, let me start off with the first question, man.
Yes, sir.
Where are you from originally? How do you think that shaped you personally and professionally?
I grew up in various areas, but I was born in Fitchburg, Massachusetts. But I grew up like in Harlem, Brooklyn. Went overseas for a little while. I was a military brat, so I from different bases with my family. So we never really. We were like some real Israelites, man. We was just all over the place, man. Wasn't in no set location. So I can't remember an exact area, but Lawrence, the Worcester area, and Springfield, and I was always in Boston as well. So those areas in Massachusetts were my strongholds, man, with all my friends, people who love me and support me. So, Massachusetts really is my home strong point, man. Home team, bro. Early.
That's what's up. So second question is, does your name have any special meaning or significance? And then why did you have the name change as an artist? So 2-part question.
Krumbsnatcha really was like sort of a name my mom and my uncle and everybody used to use when we used to run around at like holidays and stuff. They used to call us like little nappy-headed Krumbsnatchers because like we was like always running, and me and my cousins and all of us, and always in not trouble, but just running around and stuff. So that name for some reason like resonated with me, and I was like, yeah, I might take that name. It just sounds like a dude who's just gonna like try to eat anything possible to make it, like a strong ambition, a will, a drive, So, I took that name that was my rap name, man, since like a young cat, man. So, and I stayed with it, developed into some type of certain character or whatever. But, I put a lot of work into that name. I love hip hop, and I did the best that I could to try to raise that brand and level. Now, as far as the name change, I'm much older now. So, I've gone through different phases besides the hip hop music. I took some time off. I was working with kids for like 6-7 years as a martial arts assistant instructor and counselor. I went to medical assistant school for a while and was learning the medical field. I was actually on a road to be a physician assistant. That was my goal. And, by unfortunate circumstances, Guru passed away, God rest his soul. And some reason, man, it made me want to come back into the game. And then, I started linking with some of the brothers from the Wu. Shout out to the Wu-Tang. And, I went on to their management brand and started being redeveloped as an artist. And I'm forever grateful to those brothers for making me the artist who I am now as far as developing. So it's been a journey, brother, but I've been enjoying it. This is great.
Speaking of Guru, R.I.P. to Guru, man.
Yeah.
On the Moment of Truth, your verse was quotable, I think in the Source or some other magazine, I believe.
Source magazine, yep.
Yeah, Source, right?
Dave Mays, as you know.
What's your relationship to DJ Premier still?
The last time I spoke to him, I believe when I first moved to Maine. No, actually, it was before I left to Maine. I live in Maine now. We've been talking back and forth. I know he was working on a De La Soul project and another project. So I was, I've been trying to, find my time where I can sit with him, man, and get him to, that's my big brother. I mean, besides the music.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That man, that's like my brother or like my father. You know what I'm saying? Like Guru. So it's different for me. I don't look at it like, yo, I need a beat. I need wisdom and instruction on what I need to do right now. And, I know he's busy, but I've been working with the whole entire camp. Like I just did a new song for the Beat Miners. I just did something for Bumpy Knuckles' album. So I did something for Big Suge's album. So I'm still in the family, So, I'm still working with everyone who's affiliated in the family and just, waiting till Primo has time on his hands. He's a busy man. And I understand that. So I can't wait till I get a chance, man, to do something with him and RZA. My dream is to have Pete Rock, RZA, Premier, Beat Miners, Alchemist. Yeah, I want all of them on one album, bro.
One album.
One album.
Yo,
I want all of them on one album. My dream album.
It can happen, man. It can happen. Let's make it happen.
That is my dream, brother. Serious.
You got connections. I got connections. Nev got connections. Let's make that happen. Man. Stop playing.
Yeah, I would love to have all those brothers on one album.
Speaking into existence, brother. I like that, man.
Yeah, man. Word.
I love it. Nev?
Did the name change have any effect in your sound in music or your life personally?
I would say both because prior to doing the name change, like I've been going to a Jewish temple for 3 years. I've been studying in a synagogue for 3 years. That's the part a lot of people don't know about me. So I was on a low.
Orthodox?
No, because of my tattoos and everything. So I went to the conservative branch. So as I was moving through Massachusetts back towards this area, I was going to different synagogues and places and studying. And it led me to like a different like spiritual journey. Then I somehow just, I was studying I believe it's the Mishnah. It's the Mishnah, and one of the creators, his name is Rabbi Judah the Prince. He created like an important book in Judaism. And I was like, man, that name right there is perfect. So I made sure I grasped that name and it stayed with me, man, because it's like it's a holy name, man. It's like something important and significant. So later down the road, I started, I wanted to mix it because, it's Judah. And then I started studying Christianity, Ethiopian Christianity. And first I started Rastafarianism. I was studying Rasta books and everything. And it led me into Ethiopian, Tawahedo church in Ethiopia. And it just sort of like just totally transformed me as a person, not even as an artist. So, I decided to do the reggae album. So as I'm doing the reggae album, I'm studying like every book possible about the culture so I can understand and get into the whole thing of it. But as I'm doing this, it transformed me. I'm already like about to be baptized. You know what I'm saying? I believe it's this month or next month. I should be getting baptized. I'm like on a whole different spiritual journey right now. So, the name Judah the Prince it is my new hip hop artist name, but it's also something significant. You'll see what I do in the future. I have some big plans. I'm gonna do some things, not music. So you'll see. I have ideas of building churches, summer camps for kids up here in Maine. I want to, get them around animals and things like that. Nature will help city kids to understand God. So,
yeah. So my next question is kind of off that. You kind of like when you said something about Ethiopian and Christianity.
mm-hmm.
How different is that from American Christianity? I'm pretty sure you grew up in Boston, like me.
Mm-hmm.
Going to the
Baptist,
80 hours. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
How different is that? Is it completely different? Like is it mind blowing? Like is it like the trip Malcolm took to Mecca, and was it that mind blowing to converse?
I didn't make it over there due to there was current events that was going on, but from what I've been studying, it's Orthodox Christianity it's just as old as Roman Catholicism. The Apostle Philip had baptized one of the eunuchs from Ethiopia, so it goes all the way back. I mean, even before Christianity, King Solomon had a child with Queen Sheba Menelik. So they were Jews for thousands of years before they were Christians, and they were one of the first people to testify to Jesus Christ's divinity. So these people are ancient holy people. So since I've been studying it, it put me into a whole different type of mindset for the album and the way I carry my life. It's like a whole total transformation. So I'm enjoying doing this album. You're going to hear some things. It's different for me.
So let me go back to, I love that because, I'm West Indian, I'm Jamaican of background. So Rastafarianism is definitely, definitely in my heritage and, in my family, in the music family and all of that. The journey, you said it was first Rastafarianism, right?
Yeah.
So how did you get led that way? Was it the music that drew you in to that culture? Books like how Marcus Garvey? Just kind of explain that part first.
Yes, Marcus Garvey, of course, he was one of the first people to testify that the Messiah was coming out of Ethiopia, or the king would come out of Africa. But
look to the east for the crowning of the king.
Yeah.
Kings, Lord of Lords, conquering line from the tribe of Judah.
Yes, Haile Selassie. Yes, brother. Yeah, absolutely. So, some reason I just started grabbing these books, Rastafarianism, because I came up with the name for a tribute to Bob Marley, because he had the album Iron Lion Zion. So I took it and I said Iron Lion of Zion. That way I went, no trademark infringements. But it's a homage. It's paying homage to Bob Marley and reggae music. Because, I grew up, from Worcester. We used to go to the reggae clubs downtown in Worcester, in my teens. So I'm familiar. I grew up, with Jamaicans from Miami and in these areas. So, I just thought it was a tribute, man, to Bob Marley, God rest his soul, and to do it with hip hop. Nas did it, with his son.
Distant relatives.
Was it Junior Marley?
Yep. Damien Marley. Yeah.
Damien Marley. Okay.
Yeah. That album was crazy, bro.
Yeah, that was a great album. That was one of Nas' best.
I think it's a classic that is slept on.
Dude, I think it's a classic too.
Thank you. Because I think a lot of people sleep on that. And what was interesting is I've only been to Africa one time. I went to Kenya. That album came out the week before I went to Kenya. And I remember bumping that album heavy on that plane ride. I was like, what?
Beautiful.
So then I went over there. Funny enough, my mom's half sister, I just call my mom, but my mom's half sister, she she does Bible studies and things like that.
Nice.
So they do discipleship in Kenya, teach
Oh,
people the
man.
Bible, and then they go into the little villages.
That's
so
beautiful,
and
brother.
teach it, whatever.
Yeah.
So they disciple, and that's what they do. But it was interesting when I played that. The church folks, they hear the promised land. They're like, oh, this secular music. When I touched down, I kissed the ground, literally.
I can't wait to get to Africa, brother. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, I can't wait.
Freedom,
That's on the list.
Burning spear.
Dude, I might break down and cry if I get off the plane out there. I'm telling you, man. I can't wait to get out
on the
there.
ground, hugging the trees and shit.
And they thought that I was crazy. They were like, why is he acting like this? And I'm like, you don't understand. I said, my forefathers, my ancestors, I said, you know how many of them never got to touch back or never got to touch? My feet got to touch. I said, I'm blessed.
That's beautiful.
I'm here,
Heck yeah.
That was like 10. We're talking almost 10 years ago that album came out. Whatever, more than that. It's around that time though. Yeah, I went there around. That's when I went, and it was an amazing trip. Here's the man, Crumb. I'm supposed to be asking you questions now. I'm getting all caught up. The night when I go there in Kenya, I'm in Nairobi. Man, I'm ready to go to sleep now. Long flight, vaccinated. With how many of the vaccines I had the vaccine? This is before all of this. You just have to take all these vaccines. So I'm like, boy, I'm tired. Go and go sleep. What do I hear playing in the distance in the ghetto? Doom, doom, doom. There's a natural mystic blooming. I was like, are you kidding me? Man, I rise up and I start looking, and in the distance they have like a bonfire, and there's a literal street party about this, and it starts off with reggae. Then an hour later, they're in Bounty Killer beating my son. I was like,
man. That's wild.
I was blown away. Like, what?
Wow.
So then it made me really feel, as a Jamaican, I'm like, little island Jamaica is like it broke off of Africa, and now it came back and it's touching and influencing them back over. It was mind blowing. And I was saying to myself, like,
the Igbos, brother, those Israelites that went over there and in Jamaica, man, they were Igbos, man. They were strong Africans, man. Warrior Africans over there in Jamaica.
Like Maroons, Igbo.
The Maroons.
It was
rebellious.
Serendipitous moment. I just sat up and I don't know if I had a tear, but I definitely was moved. Like, okay, I'm supposed to be here. This is the right time. This is the universe, and this is everything lining up. And I'm like, I'm supposed to be here at this time, at this place to hear this. It was. Wait, sorry, it's SP. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I'm reading the chat here. My bad. I'm all over the place.
Let's see if she's back. SP, can we hear you?
Hey, you can hear me.
Okay, good. You back. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah, SP, we in Africa right now. We in Kenya. We went to Ethiopia.
Yeah, we in a lot of places right now.
Yeah, we in a lot of places.
Oh, yes.
I read a little bit about the work you were doing. Can you talk about it?
With the kids, you mean the kung fu? Oh wait, now he's frozen.
Did he hear it? Did he hear the question?
Me?
Yeah, she was actually dead. SP.
That you had a program that you were starting. Can you talk about it? Or was that just a one-time thing?
Krumbsnatcha, did you hear that?
It's me? Oh, she's asking me.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, sister. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking to Marquise.
Oh, no. She's talking to you.
Marquise is getting interviewed now.
Okay. I'm sorry, beloved. You said my one-time project?
Yeah.
This reggae one that I'm working on now?
Yeah.
No. She's saying you were working with the children. When you were working with the children, you were doing that because she missed all of that. So she's asking about your work with the children.
Yeah, for 6 to 7 years in Springfield, Mass. I was working I was volunteering with the children as an assistant instructor and like a counselor. So that sort of changed my life. And then during that time I was working with the children, that's when Guru passed away. So I said, man, I might want to try to come back, man, and try to preserve his legacy as much as I could, but still stay, because I retired. It was actually posted on, I mean, I'm not no big artist to retire, but I had fell so in love with working with the kids.
You retired in 2012, right?
It was around that time, yeah. Yeah, they put it out on the website and everything. I mean, I was in love with those children, man. I mean, once I started working with them, that was it. Like, rap meant nothing for me no more after working with.
How do you give back now to the children? Do you like? It's going to be in the music? Are you going to get back to the children and do messages now through your music?
Well, my goal is to get as far as I can, and I want to build a summer camp for them here in Maine, because Maine is like not wildlife, but it's a lot of nature here. So the more I get to learn this land and learn these areas, I can pick out a farm place. So we can bust inner city children here during the summer. Let them learn nature, let them be around these animals, understand God better, and then send them back into the community. They'll have a higher sense of awareness of the Father. So that's my goal as far as right now, is just to strive as much as I can to try to build them some type of summer camp where they can have animals and, and have engineers and artists come, poets come, and teach them different things throughout the whole summer.
Yeah. I think it's great when you have kids working with animals, because it not only does it teach them a certain amount of respect, but it also teaches them a lot of empathy.
Oh yes.
I was raised with horses and cows and chickens and goats and pigs and rabbits.
Oh yeah.
So,
oh yeah. You're more sensitive. You're more receiving to the spirit when you understand the creation. So since I've moved to Maine, and I've lived on a couple cabins, or one cabin, different areas, and I've seen eagles, foxes, things I don't see. I've never grown up and seen before. So you start to appreciate the creation and the kingdom more, and you evolve as a human being. So I think that also helped me as far as with the Judah the Prince aspect of this album. I'm understanding the world, and I'm coming to a different person. So,
and you also tend to respect life, because I've watched a wild boar kill a deer, and you have a certain amount of respect for life when you when you see it up close and personal.
Oh yeah, yes, that's great. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've been to for the first time I've seen these horses called Clydesdales. These things are the size of houses. I mean, I've never seen anything so big as far as an animal. It looked like a house. Those Budweiser horses standing next. Yeah, they are gorgeous. My goodness. I mean, I've seen so much stuff, man, and it just makes me want to go further into nature. And I feel refreshed, and then I can be around. My vibration is right. When you get around the lakes and you get around these animals and all these things, your mind is right. You're clear. You focus. You understand clearly, and you can help. So I'm enjoying.
And we're from the earth, so digging in the dirt and planting and growing stuff. It's just rejuvenating. It really makes you appreciate even the smaller things. Right. I used to kill bugs all the time, and even they have a purpose. When you're gardening, you already know, okay, I need this one here, and I need to move these out so that these can feed and thrive, and my garden will grow. It's so much that you learn just from being in nature. How has that changed? How much has that changed you? And how has it changed you, not only as a person, but as an artist?
To be patient. Like you said, with a garden, you're learning how to garden, to farm, to to be able to, you have to rely on nature. You can't manipulate nature. So you have to rely, you have to learn to be able to balance. And that's it. As an artist, I'm learning to be patient. I've been at this thing for like 20 something years, being in the background, seeing a successful men, being around a whole bunch of successful people, and I'm still not successful. But I don't say that with malice. I say that, the Almighty will bless you when your mind and spirit is right to be blessed. So I'm enjoying everything that I'm learning, and I'm learning patience is the most important thing. Because sometimes when you think you're ready, you may not be ready. You might be placed in a position where you may not be ready for. So being in connection with nature has just definitely taught me patience. And just being in tune with the cosmos, man, being connected with the Creator. So it helps in the artistry.
And it also teaches you that you really don't need much. I know we all have the wants and desires for things, but in reality, those are wants, and it's not a necessity. We really just don't need much.
Mm-hmm.
True. You're 100%
right.
Yeah. Guru was a mentor to you, right?
Oh yeah, he was like a father figure.
R.I.P. to Guru, once again. But who are your mentors now? And why won't you? This is a good opportunity to thank them.
To thank who?
Your mentors. Who are your mentors now? It's a good opportunity to thank them.
Jeez. Brother, I mean, I've been on my own by myself for the last 10, 15 years. I mean, I just been focused on one thing. That's just walking. Mentors, I would say Guru and Premier, because they taught me this hip hop industry. They took me around, introduced me, especially Guru too. He introduced me. We used to go to clubs. I mean, I wasn't just his artist. I was like his little brother or his son. So he's introduced me to Nelly, Bobby Brown, Puff Daddy. I'm meeting all these people all across the place. So he was very significant as far as my artistry and how to relate to your fans, how to be dedicated to your craft, and how to love your people, love your fans, even when you are out of the energy and you don't feel like doing it. He was an older man, at that time. I was touring with him, but he still would engage with the fans even when he wasn't up to it. He still let them hang out in his hotel. I mean, those are things that, that stuck with me, man, that he was a man of the people. Now I've been more into like the Bible. I'm a loner. Excuse me. I have my wolves and my friends in the industry, but I think I'd rather work on myself first before I put myself amongst people.
So what about spiritual mentors?
Rabbis. I have pastors. I have grandmasters that I've trained under. My grandmaster Choi, one of my teachers I worked under. Sigong Mark Smith. He worked with me as far as survival tactics. Spiritually, Pastor Cook. I'm dealing with a Pastor Tom now. I mean, so many people. Rabbi Stephen Lewis in Gloucester, Massachusetts. These are all people that have been advisors to me on this journey. And I mean, I just learn more and more from different people. I mean, I sit down with priests. I sit down with, like I said, rabbis. I sit with all type of people. I want to learn. So, there's plenty of them, and I just want to shout them all out. Thank you for teaching me. I am grateful.
So let me ask now. So your mentor also would be, I guess, David from the Bible, the harp player, because he is one of the original musicians.
Yes, King David, the poet, the warrior.
So that looks like that's who you kind of, I guess, get it into those type of things. what do you call it? Lyrics, verses, scripture. Those are the things that are inspiring you now musically.
The
You know what, brother? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Marquise. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying the Bible done data. I was just messing with y'all.
Since he said that, as an artist now, before I used to write every day like a hungry artist. Now the spirit moves me to write. You know what I'm saying? I don't just like I don't have that desire for like the music anymore, like just to be writing and trying to have the dopest lyrics. Like it feels like something moves me to communicate something through the music. So it's more of I don't look at it.
Spiritual edification.
Yes, brother. It's like a release for me. Like I go on with regular life, but hip hop is my avenue of expression to reach the people.
Word, sound, and power. Peter Tosh.
God bless.
You were, I listened to you over the years, and I've seen the subtle, the switches that you've made over the year. And I think there's no bigger switch than when you got out of prison and you did respect all fear none.
Yes.
That album touched me a lot. Was that cathartic for you to write that album and to get that out?
A lot of my albums, and it's part of your life story. I'm not proud of some of the things that I've said in my past in certain records, and I'm trying to clean a lot of this stuff up. But that was what I was going through. I'm not even gonna lie. That was part of what I was going through, and it was my story. So instead of using that type of energy for destructive measures, because I was back then using my voice out of anger to get back, and I was angry at the world. Now, as an older man and an older artist, I try to use it for positive measures. But as far as that particular album, I was going through a transition there. If you hear like some songs are street, some songs are reaching towards like a spiritual thing. So, that's just being a man. Like, you can't be a double-minded man, but that was part of my involvement. Like, it's all part of everybody's story. You got to find your way, to be who you need to be. So
that's what I felt when I heard that album. I felt like you were on a precipice and you could go one way or the other. And it felt like it was a battle going on within yourself throughout that whole album.
Every day it's a battle. I mean, I've been blessed. I don't know if y'all know, I was shot like 5 to 7 times in Lawrence, Massachusetts. So, I did a song Close to the God and all that stuff about it. So that was just one incident that happened. But there were so many other incidents, life jeopardizing incidents that happened all the way up through these times. Like I've been ran over by a car full speed. I was able to survive that, jumped by like 20 people with razors and knives and survived that. So that was in Springfield. So, after all these attempts on my life, I mean, like, wait, man, like you're going to mess up one time and the Lord going to take you. So it made me sit down and like, yo, why am I surviving all these crazy things? And, and that's when I started like trying to study myself, see where the anger is at, try to correct that situation. That's when I started reaching towards religion. I started going to the synagogues, going to the mosques. I mean, I was going everywhere. I was going everywhere, searching. I still do it now. Here in Maine, synagogue. I talk to a rabbi here. I go to pastors. Anything to make me a better human being. That way, I can deliver that message to other folks.
I got a question. How important is receiving and sharing knowledge?
That is extremely important. Knowledge is not to be hoarded. A lot of people try to hold knowledge and use it to manipulate other people. Knowledge is learned to be shared. And, you know, if you ever go on my Instagram, like any book that I'm reading, I share to the public. Anything I learn, I try to share to the public. It's not for me to hoard and then use to manipulate others. Knowledge is to be shared with all people. So, at least in my opinion, I think it's very important.
%. SP?
Yeah. When you worked with Premier, when you signed, it was after you had been through a lot. How did that affect your music?
When I had got shot up, I was incarcerated and I had just got out, and that's when Premier was supposed to do a remix for me. The record label in Lawrence that I was dealing with brought him a record, and you know, he was like, you know, it's cool, but I'd rather have him come home so I can hear what he has. And you know, I wrote the Closer to God thing when I was in the county, when I got out of the infirmary, and you know, I went to, and I just wrote the story down. So by chance, we were called to New York. Shout out to Lodo and Pace from Lawrence. So we got there to D&D, and Premier was like, he put on the Closer to God beat. He was like, yo, go in there, you know, show me what you have. And I already had like the Closer to God lyrics in my mind, and I wanted to get it out there anyway. So when I got in the booth, I spitted it, and he was like, oh yeah, that's the record right there. So, you know, once I did that record, it opened certain doors. And then Premier was supposed to be my executive producer. I got signed to Interscope Records. I don't know if y'all knew about that. So Steve Stout signed me. Steve Stout, the commissioner.
Yeah.
So so they signed me. Premier was supposed to be my executive producer, and this is at the time that Premier is working with Biggie. He's working with Jay-Z. He's working with all these like superstar producers. So by chance, man, it was just a terrible situation. One of my homies supposedly was supposed to do a car insurance job on a car. I was already on parole for when I had got shot up. And I just asked for a ride to the store. And it was a gas station. And police came from everywhere. I was already on parole for being, you know, the shooting and all that stuff. And I ended up violating parole. I tried to negotiate with my parole officer. I'm not going to say his name. You know, it is what it is. I forgive. It is what it is. But it was a $1.2, $1.5 million record deal. And it was unheard of before 50 Cent, before Eminem.
That's a lot back in the day.
Yeah, I was on Interscope, and Premier was the executive producer. So it sort of tampered my name in the industry. It sort of set little vibrations off with me and Premier. You know, that's my brother. But, you know, he believed in me and put me on a platform. So I know why he was upset with me, because he put me on a big platform and I failed. But it was a lesson learned, because when I ended up getting incarcerated, you know, I ended up getting the hip hop quotable when I was already up in prison. I was in Walpole. And dudes were like shaking the gates. I was in maximum security prison, and I had already got the hip hop quotable. And that gave me hope. Actually, I talked to Premier. I called him Collect. And he was like, look, the Source magazine is here in the studio. You just won the hip hop quotable. I couldn't believe it until, you know, we used to get the magazines in our cells back then. So I just heard the whole like unit shaking, you know, the walls, like, yo, shaking the gates, like, yo, you won a hip hop quotable. So yeah, from there, that inspired me to keep going and keep writing and keep doing my thing. So it was a great thing.
Did y'all get the Source magazine the same time we got it?
Let me see. This is years ago. I mean, I believe
Do
it's
you
like
remember
93, 94. At the same time. I believe.
Wow. So you was
Yeah.
getting like okay, because it was 3 months behind anyway, but like
Yeah.
like how the magazine was, but
We get
yeah,
at the same time. Like,
okay.
well, back then, Walpole's different now, but back then, yeah. So
this is on Hard to Earn.
No, Moment of Truth.
Okay, 98. Okay.
Yeah, Moment of Truth. I by the grace of God, I got the hip hop quota. It sort of helped me, but I was in a maximum security prison when I got that quotable.
Wow.
I just got one quick question here. When you say Lawrence, I just want to clarify: is this Ron Lawrence from Two Kings in a Cipher you keep talking about?
No. I'm talking about for one of the places I grew up, Lawrence, Massachusetts.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's what I was about to say. I think he's talking about Lawrence Mass, but
my bad.
Yeah, Lawrence, Mass, my brother. I grew up in Lawrence, Worcester, Springfield. I was back and forth with Boston. All my homies from the Bean.
Town, baby.
Yeah, man, I was a full Massachusetts man.
Yeah. I hear you talk about prison, and you managed to talk about it without bitterness or anger.
Right.
With all the stuff that you've been through, I know there's a lot of we all have this trauma that we don't always discuss. How have you dealt with all of these things that have happened in your life, not only spiritually, but mentally, to get to this point where you are now?
I mean, I believe the music is the only way that I've been releasing as of right now. And I read the Bible a lot. I do a lot of prayer throughout. Every day I do my prayers and try to keep a balanced life. My wife at the particular time was trying to get me to go into counseling, and I just feel uncomfortable talking about my life until I can deal with it myself before I disclose it to another being. So, it's more just dealing with yourself first, man. And you just know we make mistakes, man. It's part of our life journey. It's a story. Learn those mistakes and correct those mistakes and move on. That's pretty much it.
I think quite often we tend to, especially as Black people, say to ourselves this, and that we don't even call it trauma. We just call it, as a social worker told me, things we've been through. And quite often we try to navigate that field alone. Have you thought now that you're in this place that you would benefit from counseling?
I don't know. I'm really not looking forward to sitting down and talking about my life to no counselor. Not yet. Not yet, brother. I can't. I mean,
I understand. It's I have that. I had that struggle myself. You people say it's great, and I think that it is great, but it's always that thought, because it's so ingrained in us to deal with things alone. Right. That sometimes we fight it even though we know it's beneficial. So I get it 100%.
You feel raw, like if you feel vulnerable if you tell somebody something that you're, and it opens old wounds, things that you're trying to brush behind. You don't like to reopen those wounds.
Yeah.
It bothers the mind. So
yeah.
I think therapy's to each his own, man. I respect it. I've done it before, and it did help in that situation. because you can just go to therapy. You don't have to go to therapy for everything that that you done wrong or you want repentance from, right? You just go to therapy for certain things. You can choose what to go for, what to tell, right? What stories? Maybe it's a situation with your mom's, your sister, or your boy, or anybody. Your relationship. It could be anybody, right? So I believe it in that aspect. So, but to each his own, though, right?
How was it for you, Marquise? You enjoyed the therapy sessions, brother?
I did actually. I did. It was during the pandemic, and it was probably, I'm pretty sure, therapists were getting highly paid, especially and still to this day, because the pandemic is not over. But when it was in the heights of 2020, 2021, I was stressed out from work, being an essential employee. Trying to still do my thing here on, to keep me happy. Listen to music is, keeps me happy. That's my therapy, music, right?
Right.
And then doing the music reviews gives me therapy, writing and reading, researching, stuff like that. So yeah, I thought it went well for the situation that I was in, and it did help. It really did. Thanks for asking, though.
Yeah, I'm interested, brother. I might give it a shot. Who knows?
Yeah, I had my first session on Monday, so.
Yeah, did you like it? You liked it?
I did. I did because it's a lot of stuff that you don't feel that you're not ready even to talk about with family or friends. Right. But she was very quiet and just let me get it out the best way that I could. And I think this was more of a venting session, kind of to find out where I was.
Yep.
But yeah, I felt a lot better after, because it was a lot of old stuff that I didn't even realize was an issue that I understand is an issue, because I spilled my guts like somebody stuck me with a dagger from stem to stern.
Jeez. Yeah.
So yeah, I found it helpful. It was my first session, so we'll see how it goes.
Good for you.
Yeah, that first session was a good session.
I wish you success in that system, honestly.
Thank you.
Oh, yes.
Krumbsnatcha, viewing your catalog, we know you put quality over quantity, right? When it comes out to music. So we love that about you. Okay. But, it's the social media days. I got to ask this question, man. Do you believe social media apps and current resources give people an even playing field when it comes to getting the bag? You think Black people have a better opportunity to be a millionaire now than in the past, basically?
I believe, yeah. Since you said the evening the playing field, so now people can be able to put their own music out and to be able to do their, to be able to gain their fans and get on these social media platforms. So you're not bypassing the major labels, but you can become an instant celebrity success by just doing this like one thing. So instead of begging record labels and and all these things, back in the days, man, we would try hard just to get a deal. I mean, I remember back in my days shopping, going to Loud Records, Shady Records, Columbia, Universal, all over the place shopping for records. But now with the social media thing, people can just put their projects out. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're a success, because sometimes you can pay your way and be a success. And I noticed that a lot of these artists pay for streams, they pay for likes and things like that. And I just think that's
the cheat code, man.
These record labels need to come back, man, and start signing these artists, man, and putting some like serious content back out there.
So you believe in record labels over independency, being independent?
The record label industry is a machine. It's a machine. They can give you a label deal if they believe in your vision, not try to take over your vision and manipulate your vision. If they understand your vision and is willing or are willing to participate in that vision. This is why a lot of artists go independent. They don't want to be controlled.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'll tell you what, man, if I can get Mind Power on Universal or Def Jam or something, I think we would do a lot more further than what we're doing now. And I wouldn't mind being a part of that system, to be honest.
Let's talk about Mind Power. Let's talk about your label. Let's get into, when you started it, why'd you start it, and the passion behind it, and where you're going with it.
I was reading some books. I believe there were books about consciousness and things like that. And for some reason, man, like just the power of the mind was so significant in these books that I was reading, as far as like, you can transform your whole entire life by transforming your thought pattern, So, and I believe that's like the modern day, like I believe, because our slogan is like today's voice, tomorrow's vision. You know what I'm saying? So just using the mind for positive energy and for positive positive enforcement in particular areas will bring back good harmonious, good vibrations back. That's mind power, by using the power of your mind to create your reality. So I just thought that was very powerful, and to create a whole record label on that of positive thinkers, people who think for the future, people who think for others, who are willing to be servants, so, and, once I came up with it, I found, I went to the Wu-Tang management situation. I was going through that project. And then I met my partner, Justice Hype, on there. He runs Mind Power for me. He came from the Wu-Tang fold. So, and, we've been doing this probably like 12, 13 years now. It's been all uphill. But the significance is the people that we meet and the love that we get. It's grassroots. It's natural.
Yeah, it's organic.
Organic. There you go, brother.
Yeah, man.
And the message is
mind.
Organic mind. The message is pure. It's clean. It's just the power of the mind. Use your mind to overcome the negative vibrations, and you'll see how your life will change.
They say we don't use that much of our mind power, our minds in general.
Right.
How do you go about, in the spiritual? I don't know if you're learning something different from us. Are they teaching you how to use more of your brain? Speaking of mind power, maybe it's natural berries or something. I don't know. I'm just,
Well, that's part of it. What you feed your mind is very important.
Of course.
And to my understanding, we only use like 35% or 40% of the majority of the brain we're not using.
Yeah.
So, and it's like Dr. Sebi has certain remedies and things like that to increase mental stamina and things like that. Now, you can exercise the mind. Meditation helps. Prayer helps for the spirit.
Crossword puzzles in general, just things, could be, whatever, things like that to get your mind going, right?
Yes, brother. Challenge the mind every day.
Games could be a board game.
Right. Right.
Old school Monopoly and Scrabble.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, brother. Yes.
Connect Four or something like that. I don't know.
Keep that mind challenged. They said you have to keep challenging your mind every day, because if you get into a mundane habit of just doing things normal, it calcifies.
Ooh, okay.
You don't want your pineal gland or the pituitary gland, however, to calcify. So you have to eat the right food, exercise the mind in various activities. Like with this reggae album, I'm doing a poem book, and I've never even done a poem book before.
Let's talk about the album, man. Come on, let's get right into it. How many tracks? Who'd you work with? Who's on it? The vibe of it. What's going on?
Right now I might have turned in like 14, but I'm still turning in records. I have to like February. They told me out there to keep turning records into February. We have Buju Banton's son. We have a couple of female reggae artists that's going to be on there.
Oh yeah.
They're doing it in New York. Like the Bronx is working on it, and like my business partner in Brooklyn. But here. I just give them what I'm going through and whatever I need to go through, and then boom, I send them, the lyrics, and then we work. We go back and forth like, okay, we need to add this. You need to go back and fix this.
Now, are you still rapping? Or are you doing like? Are you actually doing the reggaeton type of vibe? Are you doing the Rasta impression? What do you? Or you just
I'm just doing the lyrics
with features on it.
Yeah, with features.
Okay.
Some parts,
kind of like Nas did with Damien.
Right, but a little different. Some parts I'm singing the hooks. Some parts I'm doing things. Like I grew up, going to reggae clubs, so I'm familiar with the culture. So I try to test my little skills on certain things and everything. But the way it's being put together, I've heard a few songs. It's different. It's a different reggae album.
How do you think your fans are gonna perceive it? Because they're just known for you rapping and doing kind of like the boom bap, what they say, right?
Yeah, they haven't. I've been watching. I know Facebook likes saying everything, but
they're not.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for them to be like.
You still want a good perception. You want somebody to perceive this album well. So your fans that are real fans, I'm pretty sure they're gonna love it because you're still being lyrical and dynamic on the mic. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? There's no way, like you said, your mind. You're using your mind, right? And you gotta exercise your mind. So I'm pretty sure you've been exercising those verses.
Oh yeah,
those bars are fresh.
They haven't heard him yet. They in the studio. New York got him.
Right.
Oh yeah, they putting the album together and stuff. So, and I'm still recording. I'm still trying to. I got a little studio in my basement.
Oh, there you go. That's what's up.
So I do the vocals. Then I send it to New York, and they mix it and do what they do. It's a comfortable setup for me. So
you doing either production or?
No, I haven't learned how to produce yet, brother. I'm just learning how to record myself now. I'm still a baby. I'm still a baby at this thing, man.
No, technology is insane, man. Like just doing these podcasts, trying to grab up 400 questions for the guests, making sure he's entertained, she's entertained.
Yeah.
And just making sure people are comfortable, man, and with the process, man. It's so I know about the workload and the behind the scenes things that you got to do, like. What your fans are looking for that album. They just want to see that album. They don't know about all the things you went through to get labor for you to get to that album.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of labor. It's a lot to do an album is not easy. I try to explain to certain cats like that takes labor, brother. I mean, dedication every day, 24 hours a day. Your mind is concentrating on what to say to the public, how to present yourself, the sounds that you need or what you're missing. It's a 24-hour involvement where your mind is just totally focused on it.
It's kind of like a job. I mean, it's a job in itself. I mean, it's a dream job.
Yeah.
Because it's your passion, especially if you're passionate. Like I know a lot of passionate MCs, and I can tell the difference.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like through their albums and stuff. And then you can kind of tell what they went through their lyrics, from the last album,
Right.
It could be a concept album, or it could be an album that's it's really, they're heartfelt or something like that.
Right.
An artist I could think of that's, that comes to mind is RJ Payne.
Mm-hmm.
He recently put out an EP, and it's just like, it's heartfelt. The way this guy raps and rhymes, he's just one of the best. He's an elite MC, and you could tell he puts every drop of blood and sweat and tears into these bars.
Yeah.
And we see that in you, Krumbsnatcha, you know what I'm saying? So
thank you.
Are you just gonna do this one album, or are you doing more? You're gonna keep pushing it, you're gonna do a premiere album? What are you doing?
I believe the Beat Miners. I just turned in my first record to the Beat Miners. Me and the Beat Miners is doing an album. I wasn't supposed to announce that, but I just gave Mr. Welton first night. Yeah. Hey, but actually, I dropped another single today.
Okay.
It just came out. It's called "Spread Love." Shout out to
all platforms, or is it on Bandcamp? What was it at?
It's on iTunes. It's on Spotify in different areas. It's under Judah the Prince. Judah the Prince. Spread Love.
Now Judah, Juda
H.
H. Okay, with an H, and then the Prince.
Yes, sir. THE and then Prince.
So Prince spelled not with the Y, but just with the.
No slang, brother. Keep it straight. Keep it straight.
Tell us about the single and what inspired it from Snatch.
Yeah.
Like, tell us about the single, the title, what inspired it, who produced it. Yeah.
The producer is Lincoln Rossi. Shout out to him. Shout out to Brazil. Thank you for providing me with the production. I'm grateful, man. Brazil, go. It's basically just talking about spread love, man. It's something that I believe, in my opinion, is just missing right now. I mean, there's just so much tension between races, between governments. It's just too much. And the vibration is off. When a vibration is off, the nature is off. We're having fires, we're having earthquakes, floods down south. The whole entire planet, the vibration is off.
Volcanoes.
Yes, because the mental vibration, the spirit vibration is not right. It's not going into the universe right, and it's not coming back down right. So,
what's the name of the single again, Judah?
Spread love, my brother. Spread love.
Spread love. I'm sorry.
Yes, sir. No.
Yeah,
sorry.
No, I was going to go ahead, Nev.
Yeah.
Nev.
What inspired the lyrics and the verses? Like, what's going on in there?
Just basically, I envisioned myself talking to somebody that I wanted to bring them into a different life, a holy life. And what would I say to them? Or what type of wisdom, if I left this earth tomorrow, could I leave to another being?
I got it right here.
That's it right there, brother.
When I just real quick now, I'm sorry, but like I was looking for it. I got title, so I was looking for it on the title. I did Judah the Prince. It had that, but then like it had another one that kind of put Krumbsnatcha, and then it has Judah the Prince in quotation. So that's how I found the song. So if anybody on title, I'm just letting y'all know it's on there, and I got it. I'm gonna play a little bit just to so I can see it for myself. And then
you're a part of me. Spread love where I go. Spread love everywhere that I go. And I'm a part of you. Spread love where I go. Spread love everywhere that I go. Cause you're a part of me. Spread love where I go. Spread love everywhere that I go. And I'm a part of you. No matter your skin tone or frame, universal is the pain. We all suffer the same. Gonna tear for the cosmic eye. It's the way you me down. I wish these communities fly. Above all the negative context and phrases. Follow the Nazarene, we all saviors. There's multi-layers like onions to this universe. We build it with you and I first. The wisdom of energy, you feel it. Just hold me, here's your Holy Spirit. When you hear it, it's a whisper, yeah. You awaken to the kingdom you've been missing all these years. You've been sleepwalking, neglecting the show. I showed you nature and yourself, now you selecting a role for the future. I got the perfect role to suit you. In the game, soaked up like sutures.
They gotta hear the rest. They gotta go find it. Support.
Yes, brother. Please. Enjoy the record.
What up, Nev?
For this album, right? How did you pick who you're gonna work with? Because I mean, you just said that name simply, but we talking about the original Gargamel, Buju Banton. That's a huge name. I've been trying to get him on the show. Little plug, but
it's his son. It's
legendary.
Yeah. Well, my business partner, Justice Hype, shout out to him. He's the executive producer. And he's an island brother. He's very familiar with the reggae genre. He's in communication with other artists, and he's right out there in East New York, Brooklyn, where there's a whole bunch of reggae artists and influences. Now, and the producer who's doing the album is shout out to Pizzazz, 16. He's out there in the Bronx, so he lives in Little Jamaica, and he's like very familiar with the reggae. So I've been fortunate to have their experience. I don't have the experience; I just have like the poetry to add to it. But between them two and their experience of the island music and reggae, I've been being guided very well in this project.
Yes, because it's not easy to get somebody like Buju Banton on your album. This man came back and sold out National Stadium bigger than Bob Marley. He's legendary now. He's iconic now, right now.
Well, actually, brother, it's Buju Banton's son, not Buju Banton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. What's
No.
son? Is he Mark Myrie? What's his son name?
I believe it's. Oh man, I was just talking to them last week about it. They were finishing it up. I think he sent the hook in, or they doing a beat for him now. I forgot his name, but they gave it to me. But it is Buju Banton's son. He's a singer actually. What I seen from a couple of his videos, he was singing in him. He sounds dope. He's like really dope. Then there's a couple female reggae artists. I mean, I can't remember the names. I probably put them down somewhere on paper in the studio. But yeah, it's some features. And then I have Koki Man from around my way. Shout out to Koki Man. He's a reggae artist as well. So, I mean, we're really fielding out there and working with these brothers. I'd like to get Ja Don back on this album. He was on my Respect All Fair None album. He's another reggae artist I wanted to work with. So,
will you continue to do another reggae inspiring album after this one, or what do you think you're gonna go after that?
I had plans, man. Don't laugh at me, brother, but I am in Maine. I'm thinking either a rock or country album. I'm about to do something crazy, man. After this,
that's what's up, man. Listen, if you're gonna do it, please do it better than Snoop, because Snoop's just been going in every genre, dipping his toe in.
Yeah.
And killing these cultures. He's killing all the music genres, man. Snoop stayed to rap.
Right.
You can't even do that much. You got people writing for you. So, but that's another question. I'm getting off topic, but
I'm a fan of the music.
I'm a fan of the music too, but not all of it. Snoop sometimes I'm like, yo, you gotta relax, yo. You gotta relax sometimes.
I love country music because the
I'm saying Snoop, not you. I'm saying if you're gonna do it, do it right, because I know Snoop just does it to get a check, I think.
Yeah.
He did the gospel album. It's like, yeah, dude, like you shouldn't have did that gospel album. Like I'm a fan of Snoop, so I listened to every album he did out of rap, and I'm like, oh, you know what I mean? Like
his reggae album wasn't bad.
Which one?
Oh yeah.
Reincarnation wasn't bad.
That album was dope.
His reggae album.
Reincarnation.
Reincarnation.
That was a dope joint.
Which one was that?
Was Hot Monkeys?
Which one was that one? That was the gospel one?
No, reggae joint.
Reggae.
The reggae joint from Snoop.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That was dope. I ain't gonna lie. Reggae one was dope. But like when he started, you know how he just trying to get that bag. I love Snoop. He's the most popular rapper in the world. I can't take that from him. I'm still a fan.
Thanks, like he'll never be on the show. I appreciate that.
No, but when you do a country album or rock album, who you want to work with? Who's do you already got people lined up? What's going on?
I've been fielding some of these local artists here. I went actually to Orchard Beach and seen like this dope country. Now, when I say country, this is not like different type country. Around my age, these artists, they're more closer to hip hop.
You talking about like Little Big Town and like that.
Great country artists. They're lyricists too.
Yeah.
I mean, their music is cool.
I get it. They rap, but they country. I get it. Yeah, I get it.
I mean, they sing it, but it's like rapping. It's easy to blend with these kind of artists.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Nelly does it well.
Yeah,
Nelly.
Yeah. He's Midwest.
Yeah, I think he just dropped the country album, a blend, a mix.
Right.
And it was really dope. I know not everybody listened to it, but I listened to it. I loved it. But I like country music, so there's that.
If you're from the South, you have to love country music. The lyrics in country music is like very powerful. People don't listen to the lyrics in it. They talk about like everyday life things. It's like rappers do.
Yeah.
It's just in a different type of form. It's like in reggae. If you listen to country music, they have some of the greatest lyrics, man. That's why I admired country music. And I'm like, you know what? Let me see if I can try to work with some artists and put my lyricism over their guitars and drums and, slow it down. And I mean, it'll be awesome. It's worth a try.
Country music has a lot of soul. Country music has a lot of soul in it, man. It has a lot of heartfelt, and it relates. It's relatable to everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's actually someone's relationship or someone's life, and it relates to you, and it relates to all pretty much everybody, all everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's gonna be dope, man. I'm looking forward to that too.
Well, it's gonna be. I'm gonna try. Let's see what happens.
Everlast did it. Turned into Whitey 4. He killed it. Then you had Snow reinvented himself and became kind of a singer after his first reggae album. He killed it. So
Nice.
there are people who definitely reinvent themselves, and if they study the craft and they put their
There
heart
it
and
is.
soul into it, and the key is you do have to have the right producers which you,
Right.
like you said before, guide you. Once you have those elements in there, I think you find the formula, but you got to put in the work and the research.
You know what, Nev? To add on to that, like when I was speaking about when I started doing a reggae album, I started with the Rastafarian books and then went into Ethiopian Christianity, the Tewedo Church and everything. Like, I believe that's important as far as if you're going to take on a genre or a craft that you don't know, to study that thing completely before you step inside that studio, because you don't want to say something that could insult those people's culture or, could be offensive. So that was one of the first things I did when I decided to do a reggae album.
Y'all may lose me again. I'm sorry.
Oh no,
I can see my internet is acting up. I'm in Texas, and so it keeps blinking me out. That's why I keep disappearing. So I apologize.
Right.
I apologize to YouTube, Marquise. I really apologize. I wasn't expecting that, but Texas internet is iffy at best.
Right.
SP, don't worry about it, man. Nev got all the questions. He can take the lead if you have to bow out again. I'm loving this, man. I'm a fan of Krumbsnatcha and I'm a fan of SP and Nev, so I'm here.
I love the way you're talking about country music, because I don't think people really understand how beautiful it is.
Oh man, lyrics is very, very, very beautiful. Oh yeah, they talk about relationships. They talk about heartbreak. Just everyday things that people go through.
Yeah.
And it's the music, the hooks are great, the sounds is great, and it's relaxing. It's not about killing anybody. It's not about harming anybody. The vibration is right on it.
Yeah. George Strait was my second concert. I love George. Well, I'm from Texas. You can't help but love George Strait. But right. George Strait was one of those artists that he just touched everywhere. I don't think he would blend well with rap music, but it was just, I always say it's just a man and his guitar, and that's how his concerts are. He's just standing there with his guitar singing, and you're captivated the whole time.
Nice, yeah. I just wrote his name down. I'm gonna he's from Texas.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna look him up.
Yeah.
Fan.
My favorite is All My Exes Live in Texas. That's why I live in Tennessee.
Wow. Okay.
I did a reaction video to, is it Bree Carter? Brand New Country. No.
Oh yeah, I love Bree Carter.
Yeah, so like I know of her, like I know of some of country stars. I just got to get more into it. But anybody, I always tell people, anybody can recommend me an album and I will break it down if it's good. If I think it's good, I will break it down on my channel. And people challenge me with songs, but like that's why I did Bree Carter. But I never heard of her, and somebody challenged me for a song, and I did it, and I liked it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and then it said no rap, like in the parentheses. I'm like, what's going on with this song, right? And but it was great. I'm a fan.
You should try different genres. You should try do a country.
I do. I think I said it off camera. I favor hip hop because it saved my life. Long story, but I listen to country. I listen to R&B. I listen to whatever, especially rock. I listen to a lot of rock and roll, man. You'll be surprised. You know what I'm saying? And just on my channel, I review rock and roll and whatever, anything I want. You know what I'm saying? So it's a feeling. Music's a feeling. You know what I'm saying?
I study lyrics, man. Like that's the first thing I study, whether it's rock, country, or R&B. A lyricist or an artist is going to study another artist's craft. So I listen to the lyrics, and if it makes sense, man, then I'll enjoy the beat, and then everything else after. So I love it. I love it.
think we might have lost SP one more time. I think she's frozen. All right, so you said you had another album with a legendary producer. Who was that again?
Mr. Walt from the Beat Miners, ED, Mr. Walt.
Yeah.
So we're in talks of a new
you're
album.
You're in talks of just of the album, not.
Well, I just sent the first single in to him.
I was gonna say, so you already got to. Okay, good. So we know it's in process.
Oh yeah,
we know it's going down.
Oh yeah, well, I'm still trying to finish the reggae album. And
reggae, yeah.
I don't want to overwhelm myself, so I want to finish the lyrics to this, and then go on and get to this Mr. Walt Beat Miners joint. Back to the hip hop real quick.
That leads me to the next question, because like what's your process? You know what I'm saying? Like when you do music, so do you have to do that complete album? Some artists can just do like 3 albums at the same time and kind of float around.
Oh no.
You need to kind of focus. I mean, I gotta focus. I ain't gonna lie, I'm focused. What about you?
Yeah. I can't do that. That's how you develop bipolar, brother. You know what I'm saying? I got to stay on one thing and deliver that one thing there, and then go over here and deliver that one. When you're bouncing it all around, you confuse messages. Everything is all messed up. That's how you develop bipolarism. So, I'm almost done.
There's a lot of over 40. I did a special on my channel. I did over 40-year-old rappers that's still killing it in the game. Just to name a few, Nas, K.A., of course, Jay-Z. So basically my question is, releasing like all these artists that's releasing now that's over 40 and they still making incredible work.
Right.
Did they influence you as well, or was it just the passing of Guru?
I would believe, Wu-Tang, because, I was able to be in a studio with RZA and to be amongst those brothers. And those are elders in the way they carry themselves and things like that. Capadonna, shout out to Kappa, RZA, all those brothers, man. So, forgive me for that.
Wu-Tang.
Yeah, the Wings. Forgive me for that, because they developed me as an artist, just being around the affiliates and some of the nine born and everything.
Yeah.
So that was definitely an experience as far as they're older than me, because I grew up listening to them. Mm-hmm. And then I'm like out there in California with You God and Cap and different places with, in the studio in New York with RZA and all these things. So, and how they carry themselves, the maturity, the wisdom, the seasonedness. These brothers are seasoned. They've seen the world. They understand the world. So that is part of learning too.
Yeah.
There's so many artists. Wu-Tang is still out. There's not many that are still out, and they're over 40.
You got KRS-One putting out albums every year, or two, sometimes two. You got Tech from Tech and Steel.
Okay, yeah.
You got MOP still putting out albums solo and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's mad people. Ransom, I think 38 Specials over 40. I'm not sure. But there's a lot of them, man. You know what's funny? We're the same age. We don't have to say our age, but
yeah.
I was thinking when you said it, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm the same age. Are you a Leo? You're not a Leo though, right?
Yes, sir. Leo.
August 15th, right?
August 15th, 1974.
Is that Leo? Is that a Leo?
Yeah, that's a Leo.
Okay, yeah, I'm a Leo too, man. July 29th.
There you go, brother. Leo's in the building.
August 11th.
Leo's in the building, baby.
What do you Nev? What you say your week sign is?
August 11th.
Oh, you're a Leo. Okay, you made it. My bad.
What? We got 3 lions in the building, brother.
Lion in the jungle.
Yes. 3 lions. 3 lions.
Lion and Stallion. No,
yeah.
I was going to ask about that title. What does that title mean to you? And what was the other part of the question with that? I guess, what does the title mean to you? How did you come up with it?
First, the Bob Marley. I seen the Bob Marley album. Iron Lion Zion, and I wanted to, being that he's the biggest reggae artist to emulate or to pay homage to, I wanted to use that title and do a reggae hip hop album. And also it fitted conveniently with the last project I put out for Wu-Tang called Iron Will Ninja. So it just transformed so easy. Because I did a project for like Protect Your Neck / Wu-Tang management called Shinobi. Shout out to D Future. He did the project for me. So yeah, so it transformed from like Iron Will Ninja to Iron Lion of Zion. So, you know, it just transformed a lot more easier for me too as well. So
yeah, that's a dope name, man. Yo, speaking of your Wu-Tang affiliation, man.
Yes, sir.
Did they teach you how to play chess?
Not chess, man. I've been more into the martial art thing, man. I've been studying.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, man. I've been training, man, for the last 15 years, man. So,
Tell us about it, man.
Man, I just trained.
Just martial arts? Which one? Like which one?
Did the Taekwondo, Kung Fu, Jiu-Jitsu, Wing Chun, Kempo, and Kachu Kembo, which is a mixture of things. So
damn, yeah. Nev, we can't rob him like we was planning to. So damn.
Nah, man, I love the arts, man.
That's dope, man. That's dope, man. I mean, I was in the, I did karate when I was like a kid. I think I made it to yellow belt, and then I discovered girls. I was like, nope, mom, I'm going. Nope. See you later.
Yeah.
No more kung fu.
It usually happens. That's the age to be distracted.
I was like, Bruce Lee, sorry, brother.
I mean, I grew up loving martial arts as a kid. I just couldn't afford it. I used to
Did you watch the movies? Did you have like a old theater that you went to and walk with karate shoes?
In my basement.
What did you do?
In my studio, I have nothing but karate movies all over the place, martial art movies. I got a whole wall for them.
Give us your top 5 right now. Karate movies, top 5 on the spot.
Iron Monkey. Let me see. Fighter in the Wind. Lion, Tiger, Dragon, Tiger Gate. Donnie Yen's joint. Let me see. Special IDs is one of the new ones I like the most. And of course, the Shaolin, the Shaolin movies by
Shaolin versus anybody, right? Shaolin versus Mama, Shaolin versus
everybody watches Shaolin movies.
Yeah, everybody watches Shaolin.
So yeah, I got a whole collection downstairs, man, in my studio room. So
I got 2 uncles and a couple cousins. We just grew up, and sisters and girl cousins. We used to go to in Boston. There wasn't it like that it was like a small theater somewhere. Was it downtown or down? I think it was downtown.
In Boston?
Yeah, and it had the movies, and it had like mice and rats running around and in the theater.
That's about Strand.
Was it Strand? It was the old karate movies.
I'm not sure.
It was back in the day, man. I'm trying to remember. My uncles, I was old. I mean, I was younger than my uncles and stuff. I grew up with like New Edition and all of them. My uncle was like in the group, but he got, he didn't take it serious, whatever. So anyway, so like we grew up with all like in Orchard Park around, doing all that stuff. And I remember us walking or at least taking a bus or train to watch some karate movies. And we used to always like get the karate shoes, cheap joints. By the time we got home, and they because we kicking each other all day. By the time we got home, the glue already melted or whatever fell off.
That's dope, man. Y'all right there, man. That's what Donnie Yen. Donnie Yen's mom teach Tai Chi out in those areas.
Word?
Yeah, his mom is a Tai Chi instructor in those areas. Donnie Yen is from Boston, man. He's from Chinatown in Boston.
Oh, snap.
That's like my favorite next Bruce Lee, man. I mean, he's like just as dope as Bruce Lee, that brother right there, man.
He's nice, man. He's nice, man.
Yeah. He's super dope, bro. Oh yeah. Man.
Okay, Bruce Lee over. Dang, I was gonna say
Tony Jaa.
Nah, I was gonna. That's a good comparison. That's a good one. Yeah, do that one.
What? Tony Jaa. What? The top 5?
Because he's a classic. Because I was gonna say they classic, right? Those are 2 classic. Everybody know Bruce Lee. So there's gotta be some more. It's more.
Sammo Hung. Oh man, Jet Li, Sammo Hung.
Yeah.
Oh man, there's so many brothers, man. Oh man, I'm like a just mega Donnie Yen like junkie, bro. Yeah. I love Donnie Yen movies, man. Trying to think, I have so many like different ones, man. I'm gonna have to get back with
Don't
you
worry
on
about it, man.
email,
Yes,
bro.
I
I'll
must just
email.
put you under the gun. We just freestyle. I'm like, I love
Yeah.
the karate movies, man.
Yeah.
It's just to give that knowledge out to people so they can start doing their research, man, and watch and enjoy these karate movies, man. Like we still do, you know.
This is my school right here too, man. Shout out to Gong Mark Smith, man, and Kaju Kembo, man. That's my school right there. It's based out of Hawaii, man. So shout out to all those brothers, man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man. I got that on tour, on a Wu-Tang tour, man. We was in Seattle when I ended up getting that. So
That's dope. That's dope.
Wisconsin, excuse me. Shout out to Wisconsin.
That's dope.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
So when you think back on all that's happened to you over the years and all that's going to happen in the future, what do you want your legacy to be?
Somebody who exhibited change. Like, I want my fans to understand the process. You know, they were able to witness me from my first record when I was talking about getting shot up and all these things in the hood, and you know, just going through all these various things into who I'm today and who knows what I'll be tomorrow. So, I mean, just for them to witness the physical transformation of a man, it can happen to anyone. You know, I was in maximum security prison, and now I'm making albums for the world. It can happen to anybody. So,
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
hopefully, you know, I want to get this label signed. I really want to get the summer camp for the children, and I want to build one church. That's my goal. I want to build a church where it teaches Ethiopian Christianity. I want to build one here in the United States. So, I mean, I won't be the preacher, but, you know, I want to build one here in the United States. So that'll be my legacy right there.
That is incredibly dope.
Thank you.
What is the United Nations of Hip Hop?
That's me and my partner from Mind Power, Justice Hype. We created that to bridge the gap of different nations.
Uh-huh.
You know, we had the thing where, you know, a couple terms ago, or whatever term it was, you know, it was a lot of tension globally. So I wanted to take it out of the politics arena. And, you know, rappers all across, we have one common language, is, you know, rap. I mean, this we all understand the rap. We love the music. And it's like love. It's just one common language. If we can just have a platform where we can all rap in our native language, you know, and enjoy each other's music. And that's what the United Nations of Hip Hop thing we created. It's a mixtape series. And what we do, we hire, we hire different DJs from different countries. Like the first one we had Japan, then we had a DJ from Haiti, DJ from France, Italy, Britain. So we're going all across the different countries and grabbing these DJs and letting them host it, and then putting American artists on there, artists from their country, artists from different countries. And we get to listen to each other's music. And I've been surprised with these mixtape series. Because I'm hearing brothers in Africa, I'm hearing brothers in Germany, France that rap just as dope as Americans. And I can't even understand what they're saying, but it's just as dope. So it's been, it's a lesson to be learned. I'm learning in the process too. So
yeah, and you still feel it. I have a guy that's from Pakistan, and he sends me music all the time. I have the slightest idea what he's saying, but there's a certain feeling that you get when you're listening to people speaking their truth, even in their native language.
Right. Yeah, it's great. It's really a good building. It's a good bridge to build with other countries without the politics involved.
Let me ask you, who else in the Gangstar Foundation were you still cool with to this day? You know, it kind of, especially after the breakup, I guess it's a breakup, but who are you still cool with?
I still talk to Suge. I just did a video and something on Suge's album. Fool. I just did something with Bumpy Knuckles for his new album. I'm in contact with Premier. I understand that he's a very busy man. He's a very busy man. So, but he gives me shouts out on my birthdays and things like that on my Instagram and stuff like that. For me, it's not a music thing. Like I said, I'm grateful for those brothers for bringing me into the industry and allowing me to experience the world. So I would never be run to him begging or asking for beats. I would rather ask how you doing and things like that. Talk to him.
Of course.
Just rather just be around him, vibe with him, and things like that. But I'm sure, and somewhere soon, we'll be back into the lab one day. I mean, I just keep working. I'm going to get this label off the ground, get these artists signed on this label, and push forward.
So the name of the show is Powaful Impact.
Okay.
Who has provided a powerful impact in your life, personally or professionally? Name at least 3 people and why.
Oh, definitely I would say Guru, Premier, and most of all, my mother. Because that's the perfect example. She made me into the man who I am and who I will become. If it wasn't for my mother, I wouldn't understand certain things and how to deal with certain things in life. And if it wasn't for DJ Premier and Guru, God rest his soul, I would have never made it into the hip hop industry, and I would have never even been able to help others with the talent and opportunity I was granted with. So,
yeah,
those 3 is very important to me.
What's your most fond memory of Guru? Speaking of Gangstar and Guru, R.I.P.
We were on tour together for like a month overseas. I mean, we were in some places. Unbelievable places like Greenland, Yugoslavia, Slovenia, Iceland, Ireland. Just to, Premier wasn't with us. This was more of an ill kid, like, because I was signed to Guru as his personal artist as well. He's a seasoned man. He was seasoned. So I got the chance to watch him, how he conducted himself in interviews, how he performed, how on the planes when we traveled, he was always into a book. And I sort of like do the same thing. Like that's what I do. I just read nonstop. And part of that is due to Guru on how to try. He was always in a book. He did his interviews. He was professional. He rested before his shows, did his shows. He engaged with the fans a little bit. If they were cool enough, he'd bring them back to the hotel, sit and build with them. He was a teacher.
That's dope.
Oh yeah, it was a very, and I was young. I mean, I was too young to be able to see the whole world like that. I've been in countries I didn't announce, so it was a beautiful experience, and I'm very grateful for that. So,
if you weren't a hip hop artist, what do you think you'd be doing?
I might have been still in the military, to be honest. I was in the military for a while, so
yeah.
If I didn't have that drive and love for hip hop music, maybe I would have never left the military or got not kicked out, but came home and just somehow put myself into the music industry. I mean, it wasn't an easy ride, but I was, through suffering, I found my talent. But I was rapping in the military. My drill sergeants used to tell me to rap for Armed Forces Day in Georgia. I was entertaining soldiers. Yeah, I was entertaining soldiers, in the military. So I had that drive when I was a soldier. So, and then, I came home and I was able to use that talent, after, a couple little ups and downs through life. So
So at 45, you went back to college.
47, Queen.
47, you went back to college?
Yeah. I mean, I've been going to college nonstop from 30 to my 30s to the 40s. I've been trying to chase this physician assistant thing. I love the medical field.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I wanted to be a doctor's assistant. That's what I did my internship and all that stuff in. So
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the medical field too.
Yeah.
It's something about it that is just you give, but you also receive so much from it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're healing others. I mean, it's a blessing to heal others, to be a servant, to serve.
Well, that's what we're here for. That's what we're on the planet for, man, to serve people. I don't know why a lot of people are going away from that, man. We need to, give those hugs, man. Where those hugs at? Where those you got to check up on your brothers. Like, it sounds crazy, but I have a reminder on my phone to check up on people. Just because you're so busy. It might say every month on every 15th, check up on your brothers. So I mean, when I say brother, I mean it could be my uncle, my boy, whoever, father. You know what I'm saying? So, and I do that with with the aunts and the uncle, and the sisters and the moms, and because you're so busy, you gotta. Sometimes you kind of forget. You're running around, you're doing things. You know what I'm saying?
Marquise, I'm gonna send you my cell phone right here, so make sure you check up on me too, brother.
All right, there you go. What's up?
We're gonna keep these lines of communication open.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
That's for you too, sister. I'm gonna put it right here in the message so y'all can see it. So anytime y'all want to build, just call me anytime. I love to build.
Appreciate it.
Yes.
Is there anything that you want to promote or any shout outs you want to give?
I want to shout out my business partner, Justice Hype. Shout out Pizzazz 16, who's doing the album Iron Line and Zion for me. New singles out today, Spread Love, produced by Lincoln Rossi. Make sure y'all get that. And a shout out to
definitely.
As
in most definitely.
Yes, Queen. And shout out to you guys for having me, man. Shout out to my home base, Boston, Massachusetts, everywhere.
Repping the beam, baby. I'm repping for you over here. Don't worry about you in Maine. With the mountains and the birds. I'm over here getting with the goddamn pigeons and the small. Don't worry.
Come on out here. You're welcome, man. Come on out here, experience nature.
Exactly.
And thank you, Texas, man. We love y'all, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah. I always thank Lord AAA because Lord AAA is such a diehard Krumbsnatcha supporter.
Thank you so much.
I mean, this guy is from Saudi Arabia and he shouts you out every single time, every day.
God bless you. Thank you so much. Shout out to Nev, man.
That's love. That's love.
I ain't forget you, Nev. Shout out to you too, brother.
Nev, the man.
He hiding in the background, the ninja.
Yeah. The man behind the blue wall.
Yeah.
I really want to thank you. Thank you so much for coming on. And anytime you want to come on, if you have anything you want to promote or anything you want to, even if you just want to come on and shoot shit with us, we're happy to do that too.
Yes, ma'am.
I think it's a blessing that we even get a chance to talk to you because I've been a fan since my youth, and we kind of grew up together. So
thank you so much.
I truly appreciate everything that you are and everything you've done for the culture.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you.
Thank you so much, sister. Thank you so much. Thank you, y'all. I appreciate it. Makes me
drive. It's a pleasure meeting you, Krumbsnatcha, man. We're gonna be having some further conversations, man. Especially because we're in the same age bracket. We got to stick together.
Yeah, well, you got that show, man. I'm trying to get on that other show you got.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get you on my show, man. I didn't really want to advertise like that because this is their show. I'm not trying to.
That's what we're here for. You the man.
We'll put it together. You got the cell phone.
We'll do something.
Drop your show again, Marquise. Drop the name of the show and everything.
Well, let me just say I appreciate it, Nev and SP, and there's more co-workers for this this podcast. So I want to thank them too. They're not here today, but thanks for having me on the show. Thanks for having me as a co-host, man, with a legend, living legend. Hopefully you understand, Krumbsnatcha. We are giving you your flowers. We're not drink champs. We don't got no gold flowers or whatever the hell they get. But we're gonna do it verbally, man. We're gonna give you your flowers, man. You're much appreciated in hip hop, man. And we can't wait for the album and future projects, man.
Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate it. That's great. Makes me feel great. Awesome.
I want to thank everyone for watching Powaful Impact. I really want to thank Marquise Walker. He held it down. I've been having internet trouble throughout this whole show. And Marquise, you have been a godsend. I so appreciate you and who you are. And even the checkups. Those are just...
Thank you, SP. Now
it always makes my day when somebody just says, how you doing? And I'm like, oh, somebody cares.
I told her, Krumbsnatcha, once we talk, we bug out, we exchange numbers. You in my circle. I'm gonna check up.
Oh, that's good, brother.
She's probably like, yeah, right. Home. She's probably like, this dude's bugging out. He's lying.
No, man, you back at home, man.
She's like, oh,
yeah. I need that antenna, brother. I need to stay in tune with you, man. I need to, see what's going on back at home, brother.
Hell yeah.
I mean,
I sincerely consider y'all family.
Thank
so anytime you need us or need anything from us, please feel free to call. My number's on the bottom of your email. You can call me anytime you want to.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me, y'all.
All right. Thank everybody for watching Powaful Impact. Thanks, Marquise Walker. Go check out his channel. It's on YouTube. I'll put the link in the description. I'll put all of Krumbsnatcha's links in the description. Support him the way he supported hip hop all of these years. Give back to the artists and give back to the music that you want to listen to. So thank everybody for tuning in to Powaful Impact. We'll see you on the flip side.
So thank you so much.
Peace.
God bless you.
Oh, we didn't get a date.